Oh my goodness, I found one of the smallest little caravans or campers here at the largest RV show in the world. We've got to take a look at this thing. Come on, let's go. Welcome back to another video, y'all. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound, and we are here taking a look at this Niewiadow is how you pronounce it. I did a little bit of research to try to figure out how to pronounce it, so hopefully I did that right. But this is the N126NN. So that 126 line is kind of what this brand is known for. This is really, really interesting. This is a full molded fiberglass sidewall. Like, that is crazy. That's pretty much unheard of in the United States market outside of things like either the Casita brand or like the Oliver brand, where we have, fiberglass sided exterior there, but it's usually two like shells, a top shell and a bottom shell with like a seam across the middle. This here is one true like fiberglass molded sidewall. So that is so fascinating, so interesting. And these things are tiny. This thing is so small. So let me get you the specs on it real quick. Now, before I get too far into this video, I do want to let you know, if you're curious to see what traveling in something like this looks like within the United States, maybe you're in the US or maybe you're here in the European area, which is why you're seeing this video. I own my own caravan or travel trailer, and my wife and I travel all over the United States with that thing. And we have done a lot of really cool trips. We have videos of all the trips that we've gone on my YouTube channel called Firmly Unbound. That is linked down below in the pinned comment and description of this video. So if you're feeling curious and you want to see how my wife and I travel with our travel trailer that's just bigger than this, but gives a similar experience, that is linked down below there that you can check out. So on this little caravan here, the length on it is only 14 feet 9 inches. So that's 4.5 meters. The width on it is 6 feet 9 inches, which is 2.05 meters. And the height is 8 feet 4 inches, which is 2.55 meters. And the weight on it is right at about 850 kilograms, which is gonna be about 1,874 pounds. So very lightweight and compact. Very interesting, and there's a bunch of different models from this brand. As we take a look around the back, you can see we have a dual pane acrylic style window here. It has a molded fiberglass roof. Like that's all molded fiberglass up through the roof there as well. Windows along this side, and you can see various different floor plans and models and options from this lineup. Now, they also have some of these other fiberglass sided campers here too, but they aren't the molded fiberglass, so different options there. But that molded fiberglass, I'm sure, is going to be their more like flagship and premium product. There's a lot more of those out here than these other ones, so we'll take a look at some of these here. But this one here, again, it's the 126NN. Couple things real quick before we hop inside, since we do have a couple people hanging out in there before we can get in. We have the windshield up front. You can see how these open up and close, so really nice there. Has nice strong supports here that you twist to get those to lock in place. You have your molded fiberglass front storage area as well. So lots of fiberglass components. You also have really nice looking ton jacks up here. And while we continue to get a look inside, just so you know, this camper brand has been making these for over 50 years. And I think we get a kind of a look here at the pricing. It looks like this is going to be somewhere around like 12,000 euros. That's going to put this somewhere, I believe, around like 18,000 US dollars, which actually seems like a pretty good price considering, the exterior construction that we are seeing on here, and with it being so different from what we're used to seeing in the US. Pretty unique, pretty cool. Single axle trailer, obviously. It does have front and rear stabilizers. That's something that's not always common in stuff this size. Sometimes you'll see just the rear stabilizer legs and not the front legs. And then we're going to let them go ahead and look as well. And now as we get to walk inside, the first thing notice is they have a bug screen right here by the entry door. Really nice. See that in a lot of these different products here in Europe. And then we got really nice lighting through here again. A lot of things we see as well have really nice lighting. Wow, it has a carpet lined ceiling up here. That is interesting. It's like a felt material or something kind of like that. Wow, it is short in here though. See, yeah, it's not really tall person friendly. Your ceiling height in here is probably good for about like 5'9" or so. Let's go ahead. If I just set the camera up right here, you'll be able to see what it looks like with me walking into this camper. It's I got to really duck to get through that door. And when I step inside, you can see I got to duck to get down in there, and then it's a little congested. But I think that's fine because when you're in a camper like this, you're not really spending a whole lot of time standing. Most of your time is going to be spent sitting, laying down. Look at your big windows all along this space. Wow, that is huge window coverage. Got your curtains on the windows as well. Cabinets up through here. Not soft close on those, and curious like what these materials are that they're using. Feels like a thermofoil style cabinet door potentially, but I'm not 100% certain. Laying on the bed, wow, even the sidewalls are like this carpet line. That really helps with the insulation. They're like a soft padded wall there, so that's going to help with the insulation there as well. And then you can see when I lay on the bed, it's not super wide either, but the bed is over 6 feet long. It's about 6'1", maybe 6'2" on the length of the bed here. So you got plenty of room there. Definitely big enough for 2 grown adults. Got your LED light strip up over this space, so no ceiling lights anywhere. The lights are just the LED lights kind of around your cabinetry, lighting up this space. It's another commonality that we see with a lot of European style caravans or campers is that a lot of them do not do a whole lot of ceiling lights. It's a lot more focused on like the LED light strips versus like ceiling puck lights. Really the most surprising thing though is like the carpet lined wall here. So basically what I'm assuming is you have your fiberglass sided wall there, and then you have a layer of like either like a foam insulation between that wall and maybe another, interior wall. And then they have what feels like, a small padded layer that's more insulation there. And then it's like, this felt style material or whatever style material that is exactly. I'm not a materials expert, so I can't say exactly what it is, but it's some kind of fabric that's really soft and just fascinating. That's really just got me so curious about, the design choice on that, because you just don't see that. As we turn back down this way, it looks like the mattress does fold. So if we get up underneath here, yep, lots of storage underneath this space. You got storage under the bed there. And I would assume this storage, it looks like that's also accessible from the door outside. So that's what that connects into. Not a super crazy mattress or anything like that, but it's good enough. It gets the job done. Got some wardrobe storage right here. It's actually pretty big. And then this is our furnace down beneath there. No air conditioner though. So it just has the vent up in the ceiling. Turn to the dining table area here. And you got your outlet and USB ports down underneath the bed. Got your dining area. This will collapse down and can make into a sleeping surface. So it does have the capability to do that. Got storage up underneath here too. And this can be another short bed through this area. Now what would have been cool actually, it's possible they might do this. It doesn't look like it though. It would make this like one step even just a little bit better is if this was a removable piece. And then you could make this one big bed that was connected to this part of the bed. So you could have this connected sleeping area where it's just like a big L shape. That would have been possible. It would have just required having some removable kind of backrest here for the dining table or something to that degree. So kind of an interesting idea. Curious your thoughts on that. Your windows that open up like this one here, you can see they have the pull down blackout shade from the top and the bug screen from the bottom. Come to the kitchen space, you got your 2-burner gas cooktop there and a pretty dang good sized sink for this size camper. Definitely sits very low to the ground though. So if I get behind the camera here and I show you what it looks like with me standing in this space, it's very, very low to the ground. I mean, it's, yeah, like at my thigh height and it feels a little strange. It feels like I should be sitting down while I'm using this kitchen space. Like I need to be in like a constant state of squatting to use this area, which is okay. But I literally, look at this, y'all. I could literally cook in this kitchen on my knees. I mean, it's just so small, but it's so interesting. Got an outlet there in the countertop. You got your storage through here. Although there is no black tank in this camper, we're still going to talk about if you have an RV with any sort of black tank or toilet, this here is liquefied. This is a black tank treatment that you can get in this tablet formula. You can get it in a powder formula or a liquid formula, and they have this on Amazon as well as in the United States at Walmart and Blue Compass RV dealerships across the country. This is going to make sure that everything that goes into your toilet gets liquefied and keeps your black tank healthy. So you can find that and on Amazon and all over the US at Blue Compass RV dealership locations. Got your storage space down underneath here. Latches to hold these cabinets, the cabinet doors closed. You got a drawer right there as well. And here's a little teeny tiny refrigerator. Does have a freezer portion though. You could probably fit at least like 4 steaks in there. Definitely get a 4 or 8 pack of burgers that might fit in there. So still workable space. Got your light switch here. Again, your bug screen. Another light switch right there. I think that's for an outdoor light. And that is pretty much it. So we'll go ahead and step out. Take a look at the outside one more time. Very interesting. Oh, we see right here, it's listed at 15,000 euros. So that's actually gonna put it closer to like 20,000 US dollars, I believe. And just a pretty unique looking little camper. Very curious your thoughts. There's not a whole lot else to it. Does have handles up here on the front. So it looks like you can't push this around with your hands. Got your power plug going in right there. And that is pretty much it. So very curious your thoughts on what you think about a camper like this. This is very unique. Certainly something that is not a whole lot of like what you see in the United States, and just a fascinating little camper. Let me see and tell you what vehicles would pair well with this real quick before we go. So this here is definitely designed to be towed by much smaller vehicles. So things you have like the Fiat 126 is supposedly paired up really well with this. And that's kind of the original tow vehicle that's envisioned for something like this here. But we also have stuff like, it looks like a Kia Stonic. I haven't even heard of that before. A Hyundai Kona, a Renault Capture. These are all vehicles that would be equipped to handle something like this. For a US audience, this is like, you know, in your 2-door Jeep territory, something that could be towed by a 2-door Jeep Wrangler. Also going to be towable by all your different SUVs like your 4Runners and even your smaller crossover SUVs. Like this can be towed by basically any of those vehicles, and certainly any modern truck in the United States. But trucks aren't really a thing here over in Europe, so kind of interesting. But curious your thoughts on what you think about this here. Very unique style camper or caravan. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, live firmly unbound.